The SSC CGL Tier 2 live mock was conducted on the Oliveboard platform last week, and I'm here to discuss the logical reasoning section with you in detail, in depth. And it was overall a good mock, except for barring one or two questions here and there, right? So we'll discuss it in detail. I apologize for the delay this time because I usually discuss the solutions with you on the very first one day itself, but unfortunately due to my availability and health, it got postponed this time, right? So don't worry, next week onwards we'll be on time. Let's start right away. So this is the very first question. Okay, now this question, though it might appear to be slightly confusing or long, it actually is very easy. The question is telling me that there are a series of workshops which are conducted from 5th to 12th March in these locations. Okay, Jaipur, Bhopal, Ranchi, Guwahati, Dehradun, Indore, Udaipur, Shimla. The question is saying that the workshop in Ranchi was held on a Tuesday. So this was a Tuesday. Then on which day was it held in Shimla? Now, number one, you can count like this. You know, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, provided you need to be sure that the dates are consecutive. Sometimes 7, 8, 9, they might have given 11, 12, 13 here. Okay, so you have skipped a day, but you failed to see that. So that's the only thing you need to be careful about. Otherwise, if you see 7, that's the best way, 7th to 12th. Okay, so 5 days. So you'll add 5 days here. Tuesday plus 5, 2 plus 5 is 7, that is Sunday. So our answer is Sunday, which is option D. Pretty easy question, and 38 seconds is what it has taken. It's a good timing. Next. Now this question actually was a tricky question. Okay, I'll tell you how. In a line of 15 students, Rahul is 8th from the left end. So there are 15 students in a line, and Rahul is sitting 8th from the left end. So from the left end, Rahul is probably at the 8th position. So maybe here, somewhere here. Okay. Now the question is asking us how many students are between Rahul and the right end of the line. So a lot of people, what they do is, they know that if 8 people have gone from here, out of 15, 7 people are left here. So they will consider this one person, Rahul. So 2 people, and how many are left in between? 6 people. Because 7 after Rahul means 6 plus 1. And they'll end up marking 6. 6 is there in the options also. Right? Some people may further get confused that Rahul and this, including these 2 people, 7 people. So if you remove these 2, 5 are left in the middle. 5 is also there in the options. But none of them are the correct answers. The question is trying to ask you how many people are sitting between Rahul and the end, not the person sitting at the end, but the end itself. So there are not 6 but 7 people sitting here. It's that simple. See, if the question is telling us already Rahul is 8th from the left end, that means there is an end, and after the end 8 people are sitting, right? So similarly, after this there are 7 people, and then the end is coming up. So that is what that is a brief fault majority of the people are making. Option C here is a simple answer. But the only thing is, when you are sitting in the mock, in the examination scenario, you might make an error here, an error of judgment. Okay. Next. This is actually a very good question. Now, a lot of people, even the solution which is given here is quite lengthy. First thing they'll read is, they will understand that recomb, the code has been asked for. So their letters are all here, R-E-C-O-M-B. Everything is here. Right? So this probably could have been a substitution coding based question. That is, B stands for UT1, E stands for AZ7, so on. But if you check, if you observe here, that is not how it is working. See, if you have E here as AZ7, the 4th E here, 1, 2, 3, 4 is not AZ7. That means this is not substitution for sure. That means this is also a version of Chinese coding. Now, how you would normally proceed? Normally what students do here is, students will calculate the values. How? They will actually find out what is the code for C here. C is common, M is common, E is common. So they'll find out the codes like this. Then for A, they'll find out the code. They'll remove it. For R, they'll find the code. For E and O, they'll mix everything and they'll say that probably that combination is the correct answer. I don't know the exact answer, but the combination will be the correct answer. But you fail to understand Chinese coding. Whenever even I teach it, I always tell you, always focus on the words and letters which are missing, which are not being used. For example, in the word recomb, there is only one letter which is given out, which is not being used here. Okay, what is the code for A? There are two A's here. So there are only two things here which are being repeated. DQ9, correct? That means I know the code for A is DQ9. That means my word recomb will have everything possible except for DQ9. DQ9 cannot be there. Correct? See, look at our luck. DQ9, DQ9, DQ9. So three options are dead. Only option 1 is correct. Option D is the right answer. Okay. That is all we had to do. But unfortunately, what we end up doing is we end up finding the whole thing and it ends up costing us 150. Can you see the time? 150 seconds. Okay. So that is 1.5 minutes, 2.5 minutes. It's too much of time for this one question. So even if you have achieved it as a correct answer here, but you end up wasting a lot of time here. Cool. Next. Which two signs should be interchanged to make the equation correct? Okay, now see, visibly you can see clearly here that the multiplication sign is what is disrupting everything, because division is still making sense, but multiplication is crossing 840. We just need 86 as our answer. So multiplication is definitely going to go. So these two are not possible. Okay. Now out of these two, if I change multiply and divide, just give it a quick look. So this will be 84 divided by 12, that is 7 into 3 is 21. Now 21 plus 2 minus 3 is nowhere close to 86. A quick calculation will show it to you. So this is going to be your answer, minus and into. Just check it quickly. This is 12 divided by 3 is 4. 84 minus 4 is 80. 80 plus 6 is 86. Okay. So that is option A is the correct answer. Okay, 37 seconds. Next. William told Julia, Nancy's daughter. Okay, technically William is the speaker, so we should have started with William. But in this line, he has not spoken about himself at all. He is talking about Julia only. So start from Julia. Daughter of your husband's father. So Julia. Julia's husband means Julia is a wife, and father means Julia is father-in-law. Nancy's daughter is the daughter of your husband's father. This is Nancy's daughter. So that means this is Nancy. Correct? How is Nancy related to Julia? See, just read it once again. Nancy's daughter is the daughter of your husband's father. That means Nancy's daughter is the brother of your husband. Correct? So how is Nancy related to Julia? Nancy is the mother-in-law of Julia. Option D is the correct answer. Very pretty simple question, not difficult at all, but still here ended up taking 52 seconds. That's quite a long time. Blood relation unnecessarily, I don't know why, specifically pointing based questions students face a lot of difficulty here. Just keep practicing because you will definitely get one question from this lot. Okay, there are two different statements not connected. There's a comma in between, and which statement is definitely false? K is greater than I is visible here. Okay, so this is true. This is true. G is less than equal to J. Just check it. G greater than equal to H, greater than equal to I, and I is equal to J. So this is surely greater than equal to J, not less than J. So this is gone. So this is the only incorrect one. Okay. Option B is the correct answer. 32 seconds. Not bad. Okay. Next. Okay. Now out here, if you see, you will look at these elements. So this triangle will be there and this triangle will be there like this. So this exactly we are looking for the mirror image of this figure. So this is true, this is okay, but this one is not. So this figure is rejected right away. Okay. Out of these three you have to choose now. So the triangles have been done for. Now look at this side. So in this side the square actually touches the end here. This partial square which is not being touching here. So this is also gone. And this figure is not like this. It is rather like this. Okay, so this is incorrect again. So option 4 is the correct answer. Option 4 is the most appropriate answer for me. Okay. So 34 seconds is what it has taken, which is a good number. Next. Correct combination of mathematical signs to replace. Okay. This one is also very easy. Verbally only you'll get your answer. First thing, to get 25 from such a large number, you'll have to divide. There's no other option. So this will give you 81. You'll have to further divide. 81 divided by 3 is 27. 27 minus 2, of course, is 25. You will clearly see option A is the right answer. your calculation is clear, you won't face a lot of difficulty in these questions. 20 seconds. Next. A patient is admitted through emergency at a network hospital. What is a network hospital? Basically, they are talking about the insurance policies. So when a person takes a medical insurance, that particular company has network hospitals. Network hospitals means those hospitals which are going to allow cashless treatment there. What is a cashless treatment? Cashless treatment means if supposedly somebody gets admitted to a hospital, right? And there is a bill of let's say 10 lakh rupees. So if it is not a network hospital and if it is not a cashless treatment facility, then that patient has to pay the bill of 10 lakhs, get discharged from the hospital, then file a claim for 10 lakh rupees, which the company will verify, check everything, and then will release the claim into your account. Okay. But if it is a cashless facility, you don't have to pay a single penny. You get admitted, maybe pay the initial, advance in the hospital, maybe 10,000, 20,000, whatever. Get admitted, get yourself treated. There is a final bill which they instantly share with the company. The company reviews and pays it right away on that very day, and you are relieved. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to have the money as well, right? So that is cashless. So this is the question. A patient has been admitted through emergency at a network hospital. Pre-authorization form is not yet submitted. What is pre-authorization? Before getting to a hospital for some sort of a treatment, you usually inform your insurance company by some sort of means. You can give them a call, send them a message, a mail, whatever, right? Somebody from your family does that. So, and then they release the pre-authorization. So that form is not yet submitted. The policy permits conditional cashless approval in emergencies if documents are submitted within 24 hours. So within admission, within 24 hours, if the documents are submitted, they will allow conditional cashless facilities. Otherwise, the case shifts to reimbursement. So what should be done? Reject the cashless request immediately. Why? 24 hours have not yet passed. So this is baseless. Approve conditional cashless subject to receipt of documents within 24 hours. Of course, that is the best thing to do, that you are waiting for the documents. If you receive them in 24 hours, approve it, not an issue. Wait until discharge to decide, that you can't do. That is outside the jurisdiction. And refer to medical audit before any authorization is not required. So option B is the correct answer. 41 seconds. Okay. Next. C. A school principal observes that students often arrive late for the morning assembly, disrupting the schedule. What is the best preventive measure? Introduce a clear attendance policy with monitoring and mild penalties. Ignore the issue? Not at all. Publicly scold late coming students? Never. Cancel the morning assembly? Never. So I think option A is a clear answer here. You don't have to, it's a no-brainer, right? Next. Okay. Some questions are actually very easy. So 8 at the rate means into, dollar means plus, percent means minus, and hash means divide. So this is 4 divided by 2 is 2. 8 into 6 is 48. 48 plus 20, 68 minus 2 is 66. Option D is the correct answer. Cool, easy. 24 seconds, very nice. Next. Convert 842 into binary. To convert into binary, what we do, if you want to convert into hexadecimal, divide by 6. If you want to convert into octadecimal, divide by 8. If you want to convert into binary, just divide by 2 and keep taking the remainders. So 842 divide by 2. So this is 421 and there is a remainder of 1. Is it? Sorry, 0. 0, 0. Okay, because this was completely divisible, so no remainder. Now you divide by 2 again. So this is 210 and there is a remainder of 1. Then you again divide by 2. This is 105, remainder of 0. 52, remainder of 1. Then 26, remainder of 0. Then 13, remainder of 0. 12, remainder of 1. Remainder of 0. Remainder of 1. Okay, so what is the answer? 1101. 1101. So this is gone. This is gone. 1101 double 0. 1101. This is gone. 001010. So this is how you will read. Okay, from bottom to top. 1101 001010. This is the answer. So option D is the correct answer. Cool. 92 seconds. Okay, yes, probably if you're not aware of the concept, then it will take some time. Now, this is not 100% accurately expected, but maybe you just need to be exposed to this binary and, binary and decimal concept, just the conversion part, because they might ask you some questions directly in the reasoning section. This is pretty easy. Gentle blue sky, sent kids, kite, yawning, yard word yesterday. If the first letter of every third word is written in order, what word is formed? Okay, look at this. Every third word. So this is S, this is K, this is Y. Everything was visual, nothing else. Okay. Option B is the correct answer. 33 seconds. Good job. Next. Which roll number is only prime digits? I think quite visible right away. 27753. Option A is the correct answer. 18 seconds. So a lot of question, lot of good opportunity for you to gain momentum and come back in terms of time. Strong argument, weak argument. Okay, statements. The statements are, the city should make helmets compulsory for all e-scooter riders. Okay. Arguments are, yes, because it will reduce head injuries and save lives. Of course, that's a strong argument. No, because enforcement will be difficult. This in itself is a weak argument, because it is not giving you any premise. It is not giving you a strong reasoning, right? So only one is strong. I think option D should be the correct answer. Quite easy. 20 seconds. You got the answer. So critical reasoning and data sufficiency this time both were very easy for this particular mock. Okay, but there were traps, so you will get traps in reasoning, and try to aim for a perfect score in reasoning. One or two questions still might, you might still, get them in such a way that you might end up losing the score or maybe not attempting. But overall, your approach should be to get full marks in reasoning. Reasoning has become a section where you can score the highest marks out of the 4 sections in minimum amount of time. So use that for your benefit. Okay, they are telling you this is how the calculation is happening. If you clearly observe, this is 2 into 3, 6 plus 1. 6 into 3, 18 plus 2. So what is the answer here? 8 into 7, 56 plus x is 100. What is the value of x? 44. 100 minus 56, 44. Option D is the correct answer. They're all verbal questions towards the end. 25 seconds. Excellent. So these questions you could have solved while reading the paper only. Okay, data sufficiency. Now, let's read the question. The question says, who is older among Ranveer and Ranveer? Okay. What are the options? The options are only data, statement A alone, statement B alone, either of them or none. These are the options. Okay. So A alone, Ranveer and Ranveer have 5 years age difference. A alone cannot give me the answer of who is older among them. So A alone is gone and either is also gone. Because for either to be true, the first one alone has to be true. Now, Ranveer was born on 16 July. That also does not help. Okay. That also does not help because we don't know who is older among them. They have a 5-year age difference, but is he 5 years older or 5 years younger? We don't know that. So this is also gone. So option D is the correct answer. Both can't be, the question cannot be answered even if both are taken together. 27 seconds. Data sufficiency. That's the kind of speed we have achieved because the question level was very easy. Next, coding based. What can be the code for mate? Look at this code here. Okay, again, same set of options here. 1 alone, 2 alone, either or none. Look at the code. 18 plus 1, 19, 5 minus 1, 4, 7 plus 1, 8, 9 minus 1, 8, 13 plus 1, 14, 5 minus 1, 4. Now here alternate vowels are coming and consonants. So probably this can be a case where consonants are increased by 1 and vowels are decreased by 1. This can be a possibility. But they are asking you the code for mate. Even here the words are arranged like that only. Consonant, vowel, consonant, vowel. So then I can safely assume plus 1, minus 1 here and get the code for mate. I don't have to get it, but I can get it from statement 1 alone. So 1 alone means I have the option of either or also. So I will have to check 2 alone as well. If 2 satisfies the same code, then I can use 2 alone as well. So 15 plus 1, 16, 3 minus 1, 2, 20 plus 1, 21, 15 minus 1, 14, 2 plus 1, 3, 5 minus 1, 4, 18 plus 1, 19. So this is also plus 1 minus 1 alternate. And this confirms that it is not about vowels or consonants. It's just about alternate positions. So my answer is option C, where either 1 alone or 2 alone is sufficient to answer your question. You don't need them both together. Cool? 44 seconds. Next, who is the youngest member in the family? Sometimes, just by reading the statement, you might get your answer. If you just read this, no, you will get your answer, that you will never be able to figure it out. But despite that, one alone says, my son Jayesh is the youngest son of our family. He is not the youngest member. So this is not sufficient. 2 says, my daughter Jaya is the youngest daughter of our family. Not sufficient. And there is no option of taking them together. So again, option D is the right answer. Okay. That none of these are sufficient together. So we know who is the youngest son and who is the youngest daughter. But among these, who is young? We are not sure. So option D is the correct answer here. 31 seconds. So see, data sufficiency was quite quickly done in this passage, in this mock. Now this is the surprise element. It is being expected by a lot of people that this year probably a single small passage based critical reasoning question can be put across in the SSC CGL Tier 2. So your practice is inevitable here. You need to practice somewhat so that you get that exposure which you need, so that you are not taken aback, right? Now quickly read this. Planet formation is a messy process in which worlds emerge from the embryonic disks of gas and dust that give birth to stars themselves. As debris clumps together and grows, whirling around the central star, its gravity pushes and scatters small clumps throughout the disk. Gas giant planets make the biggest bullies, hurling material into their star or out of the system entirely. Jupiter is thought to have tossed out tens of Earth masses of debris early in the life of the solar system. Material at the edge of a planet system can also be stripped away by the gravity of a passing star. Okay, now with reference to the above passage, what assumptions have been made by the author? Assumption always made by the author. So while writing this, the author has taken something for granted, something very basic that the author feels that need not be written, but it will be assumed automatically. Just read this. Jupiter is a gas giant planet. Hold. Gravity of a star far away does not affect the debris near the edge of a planetary system. A lot of people will make this answer to be the correct one. Look at this. In the end, it is just writing. The author has written material at the edge. Material at the edge of a planetary system can also be stripped away by the gravity of a passing star. Now, mentioning something does not automatically imply that the other thing is not following. They are saying that if something is at the edge of a planetary system means the gravitational force of a planet. So if a planet has a gravitational field around it, a pull which is generated, there will be a limit up to which that force will be acting. So that is the field. Okay, so we'll call that a planetary system. So a planet along with its satellites, along with some sort of debris which is floating around, causing the rings being formed in some cases, we will call that a planetary system. Now anything which is outside or on the edge of this planetary system is being pulled by the gravity of the planet, but if a star is passing by, okay, so from the gravity of the star, that material can also be pulled out of the planetary system. So that's all about gravity. That is what it said. The assumption here is saying that the gravity of a star which is far away does not affect the debris near the edge of a planetary system. I don't know anything about this. The author has not picked this up at all. Okay, so you can reject it clearly. Third one says planet formation is a messy process. That is mentioned in the passage. And if you think that this is right, then the exact foundation of critical reasoning is incorrect for you. Because assumptions are always implicit. They can never be picked up from the passage. An assumption has to be something which is obvious, which is not mentioned in the passage. Okay. If this is word to word mentioned in the passage, this can never be an assumption. Now observe, based on that only 2 is gone, both 1 and 3 are gone, and option D also has 3 somewhere. So that is also gone. Only this is left. And if you read this now, nowhere has the author mentioned that Jupiter is a gas giant planet. The author first mentions that gas giant planets make the biggest bullies, hurling material into their star or out of the system entirely. Okay, out of the solar system entirely, basically that's what they imply here. After this line, after this statement, the author uses Jupiter as an example. Jupiter is thought to have tossed out tens of Earth masses worth the size of Earth, of debris early in the life of the solar system. Now here, the link is not mentioned, but the author is clearly assuming Jupiter to be a gas giant planet. Do you agree with this? The author is not written Jupiter to be a gas giant. Now you will say, sir, that is true only. We all know it's a gas giant planet. You all know it in reality. But whenever you're looking at an assumption from a passage, please learn that you have to be restricted to what is written in the passage. Your extra knowledge will not be utilized no matter what. And if you are using it, you are going to cloud your judgment. So option A is the correct answer. Jupiter is a gas giant planet is clearly being assumed by the author. Hence option 1 is the correct answer here. Do you understand? That is how you pick up and that is how you solve critical reasoning. This is how you need to understand the opinion of the author and what is he trying to say. 100 seconds, but okay, you got the correct answer. That's a good thing. Okay, 100 seconds is still decent to read this, to understand this and to solve it. Right? Next. Now this particular question needs to be done by equations, but you will have to use hit and trial because you will not get an exact answer here because they are not looking for a number, they are looking for how many numbers can be formed. So product of a digits of a 2-digit number is 6 more, digits of a 2-digit number is 6 more than the sum of its digits. This is the equation. These are the digits. The number may be 10x plus y. Okay, but we are not bothered by this. The digits product is equal to digit sum plus 6. Okay, if both the digits are even, then how many such numbers are possible? So both numbers being even means they are multiples of 2 basically. So you'll have to make the numbers here. So 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, 60, 64, 66, 68 and 80, 82, 84, 86, 88. These are the only possible numbers where both the digits are even and it's a double digit number. We can't count 0, 6 as a double digit number. 6 is a single digit number only. Okay. So the first double digit number with even tens digit starts from 2. Now these are the 20 numbers in front of us. Okay, we need to see how many such numbers are possible. So one by one, if you start quickly, of course it can't be 0. So those start ending with 0 will be gone right away. And if you see 22, so they can't be the same also. 2 into 2, 4, 2 plus 2, 4 plus 6 is 10. They can't be the same. So these also will be deleted if you observe carefully. You know, the product is not equal to the sum plus 6 in any case. Right? Now what else? So if you keep solving, you will get 28, it will give you an answer. And if you know 28 is giving you an answer, you will also see 82 is also giving you the same answer. So 2 8 is 16, 8 plus 2, 10 plus 6, 16. That's it. No other number is going to yield this answer. So 2 is the correct answer here. There are 2 such numbers, 2-digit numbers, where the product of the digits is 6 more than the sum of the individual digits. Okay. So this question you had to quickly identify and solve it like this. 108 seconds, it's okay. I agree this is decent. Somewhat close to 60, 65, 70 would have still been better. Anything less than 100 would have been better, but it's okay. It's still okay. I will give it to him because in the middle there were a lot of questions where the questions were solved in a very short time. So even if you're taking 35 to 40 seconds for a question, try to bring it down to 25 to 30 so that even that time saved can sometimes be invested in large questions, which most of the students will be ignoring. So that will give you an edge. But that edge you will only take a risk on when you are towards the end of your paper and if you are probably attempting it in the second or the third round. Otherwise, no. Okay, images of letters of English alphabet in the capitals are observed in mirror and water simultaneously. What is the number of images which have same mirror and water images? Now, I always share a mnemonic with a lot of students. I don't know how many of you know this, but there are 2 simple lines, sentences which will use all the letters which have same mirror or water images. Okay, so we have one which is he kicked dogs in capitals. So here all the water images are the same. The water images for all these letters are the same and wait to him, XUV. These are the letters where the mirror image is going to remain the same. They are asking us how many letters will have both water and mirror image similar. Just check for letters which are common in both the places. So we have H, I, T, no not D, sorry. O and X. There are 4 such letters, that's it. So option B is the correct answer. That means H, I, O and X. These are the 4 letters whose mirror image and water image will be the same. They will not change. So 4 is the correct answer. 77 seconds. Probably why? Because did not know about the mnemonics. If you remember the mnemonics, it will become easier for you. Now see, this question, just simple logical reasoning. Nothing had to be done here. W remembers that his class is after 1 p.m. Okay. So his class is after 1 p.m. And Q remembers that W's class is before 2 p.m. Now what does this imply? What does this imply? This implies W's class is between. My class is at 2, my class is at 3, my class is at 4. Means I start at 4. I start at 3, I start at 2. My class is at 4 does not mean that it ends at 4. That means W's class will start anywhere between 1 and 2. Okay. Now if each class is of 1 hour and W's class is immediately after Q's class, which started at 12:25. So Q's class will last from 12:25 to 1:25. Now W's class will immediately start at 1:25 and it will last till 2:25. That is how it is going to work, because that is what is mentioned, and that is what the question is asking. The question is asking when will W's class end. So it will end at 2:25. But just because the range of 1 to 2 is given, people select this or this. I don't know why. Okay, it's a simple question which they are trying to ask you. 54 seconds. Not needed. This was actually a very simple question. Okay, for this one you need basic knowledge of computers, framing, algorithm, compilation, output. What is the correct order? So supposedly you have a problem statement that for which you need to devise a computer program. So from that problem statement you will first jot down the algorithm, some basic steps of how you are going to make the program. So what all will you require? Those are the algorithms. If you want to make tea and if I give you the steps right now or the recipe, that is an algorithm. When you start following it, then that becomes writing the program. Okay. And once you're done, you ask somebody to review it. That is compilation. That's a simple process. So first you will start with the algorithm. So it will start with 2, which is only in option B. Then you will go for framing the program, that is writing the program. Once that is done, using an interpreter or a compiler, you will compile the whole thing. You will check for errors, you will rectify them, and then you will generate the output. So I think its clear answer is option B. Alright. The process flow of a computer program, 35 seconds. Good job. Next. Ram is taller than Shyam and Jay is shorter than Vikram. Who is the shortest among them? Now again, 1 alone, 2 alone, 1 and 2 together, and not sufficient. These are the 4 options. 1 alone, Ram is the tallest. Ram is taller than Shyam and Jay is shorter than Vikram. So who is the shortest? Ram is taller than, Ram is the tallest. Even that does not ensure, because this can be like this also, or it can be like this also. We don't know. Either which ways. Everything is satisfied, right? So we don't know who is the shortest. So this is not sufficient. Shyam is taller than Vikram. If you observe carefully, this slot we know about and this slot we know about. So it's only possible when you do this. There is no other possibility for Shyam to be taller than Vikram. That means we know that J is the shortest now. We didn't have to find the answer, but that's what it is. So 1 alone is gone, but 2 alone has given us our answer. So option B is the correct answer. Okay, 51 seconds. Again, this one was too much. You didn't need this much time. Odd words: almond, walnut, cashew, peach. Peach is a fruit and cashew, walnut, almonds are dry fruits. So option D is the correct answer. 13 seconds. Next. Okay, just observe the numbers. Just observing the numbers will give you your answer. 12 and 134. So we know 12 square is 144, 14 square is 196. That means we are just reducing 10 from the square. So 17 square is 289. So we'll just reduce 10 to get 279 as our answer, which is there in option A. Easy. So square minus 10 is what we are doing. 15 seconds. Excellent. Next. Which digit, 4-digit number is missing in the third box in the second row? Okay, let's observe. So always check with differences. They are missing numbers. Your first instinct will be to check it like this. Okay, but here the relation is reversing. So probably that is not it. Just check them as 2 different series. Just check them as 2 different series. So if you check the difference, this is 100 units. This is 144 units. This is 121 units, this is 144 units, and this is 169 units. What is this? 10 square, 11 square, 12 square, 13 square. And if you check here, 100 units are being subtracted, and here 169 units are being subtracted. That means we'll subtract 121 here and we'll subtract 144 here. So 1380 minus 121 is 12. 1259, I believe, sorry. Yeah, 1259 plus 121 is 1380. So option B is the right answer. Cool. 82 seconds. Probably to figure it out, it might have taken time, but otherwise it was not extremely impossible. See, this is also very easy. If at all you get trapped in this case, don't try to solve it like this. Try to come here. It will be more easy for you. So if you observe, this is multiply by 5, multiply by 5, multiply by 5, multiply by 5. Just observe 1 or 2 cases, then let everything else go. And this one here is multiply by 2, multiply by 2, multiply by 2, multiply by 2. So what multiply by 5 would have given me 15? Divided, you get 3. Divided by 2, you will get 17. 3 by 17, as it is only one case. So option A is the correct answer. Got it? And majority of the cases, if you get fraction based series, numerators are always different, denominators are different. They are two different series which are presented in the form of a fraction. Okay. And the last question for today, analogy, number analogy. See, large digits, there are two approaches. Approach number 1, the most common approach is digit based difference. Each digit is working in a different logic. But digit based questions are mostly not asked in SSC. So what is the other thing? Just check for the differences here. So the difference is 456 and it is 456 here also. Once you are confirmed that this is the difference, you simply will add 456 here to get your answer. Correct? So it will end in 2 and 1500, 400 ending in 2 is only 2022, which is the answer. There is no other possibility. Option B is the correct answer. Got it? So that's about it. That was logical reasoning section for you, detailed, discussed here. Okay, so if at all you face any problem, you can just go through the solutions and get to understand where did you go wrong in the exam, what thought process, what error in thought process did you make, and how you can rectify the same. I'll see you around immediately in the next session next week, on the beginning of the next week, where I will discuss another in detail solution video of the live mock which will be conducted over this weekend. All the best everybody. Thank you so much for watching till here. Hit the like button and share this Oliveboard platform or share this across other platforms so that others can also benefit from the same, and subscribe to the Oliveboard platform if you are new here and if you are liking the content which is being churned out constantly for you. Thank you so much for watching live, guys. Bye bye, namaskar, Jai Hind.